Let's see if this... Come on, Countess, be quiet. I don't know if I'm really live or not. I'm just playing with this. Let's see. I don't know if I'm really live. Oh my God, it worked. What's up, Riaz? How are you, sir? It worked. Oh my goodness. I did it. Okay, so I've been trying to like play going live utilizing my DJI rather than using my phone, and I friggin' finally did it. So I'm a little bit excited. Oh, hold on, let me disconnect my phone really quick. Okay, so I've been trying to like play going live utilizing my DJI rather than... Let's see, is that better? I think that's better. Okay, I'm like really tripping that it worked. I'm so excited that I did not give up like messing with it, and I kept playing with it because yes, it finally worked. Hey JC, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. How's your day going, everybody? I didn't expect for this to work, which is like so funny. So like I'm actually on my way to the furniture store, and because I didn't expect for this to work, I'm like geeked a little bit. I have to go and buy a couch, or at least try to find one, because my son got sick all over my couch a couple of days ago, and my husband just put like the pillow outside, and I didn't know what he did with it. So yeah, I was coming into the garage the other day and friggin' saw the pillow in the garage. So even though I could like put the cover into the washer, you know, the smell is never going to come out of like the cotton or whatever. So rather than trying to just go and buy a new piece of cotton and like refluff that, you know, at least I can go and look for myself a new couch. So that is what we're going to do. And then another thing that I wanted to test, so we're going to test it while we're like chillaxing here, is so I hate like just quiet live streams, you guys. Like seriously, I do. But I created a playlist that I believe should be like technically YouTube appropriate. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Don't call me right now. Hold on real quick. I'll call you right back. Let's see. Okay. Like, let's see if this works. Okay. Let me know if you guys can hear that. Harry Sheen, what's up, lady? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. So I'm testing a couple of theories. Oh, Harry Sheen, I'm connected through my DJI. I did it. Oh my God. I'm like geeked that I did it. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but for some reason today, the gods in the heavens decided to smile down on me, and it connected, and I can't believe it. So I'm streaming right now through my DJI, which has me totally excited. And you see we're playing tunes. Let me turn it down a little bit. Can you guys hear me? Turn it down just a little bit. Okay, let me show you. See, I'm streaming music on like that little box right there. That is called a bump box, you guys. That thing is vicious. Super cool. like I can operate it completely with my phone. We take it everywhere, like when we go to the beach and we go camping and stuff. Um, because it stays charged for like 12 to like 14 hours. It's the shit. I have a couple of them. I think that maybe if I do, I don't even know if I'm going to do it. But maybe when I get monetized, I'll do like a giveaway of a couple of them. Maybe I'll do like one for my 3,000 watch time hour monetization, and then I'll do one for like full monetization for full, or maybe I'll do like a baby one, um, and then give away like a big one for full. I don't know, but we'll think about it. Now this is the only thing is, and let me try to close it out. Is I feel like I'm not like getting all of like my Chapmans. So let's see. Lizzie, what's up, gorgeous? Okay, that worked. That's better. Lizzie, how are you? Thank you so much for joining, gorgeous. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Japan Duck, I see you now. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Okay, so now that's working for me. Oh my God, it looks like things are like actually working. That makes me super excited, you guys, because I've been like messing with this for forever. But what I'm probably about to do really quick is, like I said, I was just testing this and I do really want to go to the furniture store. So I have to return a phone call. And then I am going to get you guys strapped in to your car seat and your seat belt. And we are, good afternoon, Supreme. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. And we're going to go like to the furniture store. And, oh, I turned that all the way down. And I want to test this. To see if any of this music gets like flagged by YouTube. Can you guys hear that music? Let me know if you guys can hear the music. Bree, hi gorgeous. How are you? I hope that you and your mom are having a fantastic day. Later I am gonna go live and then we're gonna wrap Christmas presents and stuff too. I got really lucky. Little girl left at like 10. I'm sad though because she won't be back until Christmas. So like I was cussing her dad and telling him like you better have Christmas presents and stuff for her to open up, because like I don't want for her to like wake up on Christmas morning and not have any gifts. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then my son, he went over to like his little homie's house. So for the most part today, I mean, I had to work earlier today and get some stuff done. But for the most part, I've been able to like just chillax, do some house cleaning, housework, get that stuff out of the way. And yeah, so I was like, okay, I have a little bit of free time. Hi, Anthony. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that you're having a great day. Are you still at work? God, I talk really fast, I realize, guys. So, yeah, because I have a little bit of extra time, I'm going to go to the furniture store and see if I can get a couch, or at least see if there's something that I like, you know? Yeah, otherwise that's it. I have like 5 days worth of gift wrapping to do. Are you guys people that let your little ones open up a gift on like Christmas Eve? I know that my mom... Yes, you're still at work, Anthony. What time do you get off? I know that my mom would always allow for us to open up a gift. Oh, thank you so much. I'm not using my phone, Supreme. I learned how to go live on my DJI utilizing... Oh, I wonder, though, I don't want to go out. And this music obviously is doing pretty good. Do you guys hear the music? You guys aren't telling me if you guys are hearing it. Just one. Because I'm excited a little bit because I think that I found a music workaround. Because I think... Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Okay, you guys hear it. So Anthony, I think that because it's all like AI generated music and stuff, and I created like a music library that's just all AI generated music, that technically there's no copyright infringement on that, right? Zay, what's up, Zay? Thank you much for joining. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Show them the camera. Well, it's hard. I can't show them the camera because I'm like streaming on the camera, but I can show you guys like what I see. So that's what I'm seeing on my laptop. And then that's where like I can see the chat. But I can't show you guys like the DJI camera because I'm on it. But I'll have to do like, now that I've figured out like how to do it, I will do like a quick little, so it's from the YouTube music section. Once you become monetized, you'll have the choice to share revenue. Oh, no, there's no copyright with AI stuff. Well, that's good, Anthony. So, Anthony, what if it is like AI stuff that I didn't necessarily create? What if it's like created by another artist that uses like the AI and create stuff? Like if they have it on public, does that mean that public can use it? Or do I still need to make sure that I am crediting the content creator when I like post? Because I'll be finding some good little vibes and jams and stuff actually. Besides the stuff that I actually created, but there be some good stuff. Oh, wait, Boss, I have a song that was made by Bossy. Let me find it. I've been really bad and haven't like even made... Here it is. Let's check it out. She did 2 versions. Why is it? Let me know if you guys can hear that. Hold on.
This right here ain't no talk show. It's testimony. Real women, real growth, real lessons learned the hard way.
I like it. She did good, you guys.
Welcome to Tips Tape, where we keep it raw, cause healer don't come dressed in filters. Walking through the struggle, still holding the crown. Lessons in the trenches, that's how queens get down. Ain't no cap, she the truth, what she say she live. All heart, no hype, got that love to give. They talk about the views, she talk about the vision. Breaking down barriers, speaking with precision. Life ain't a highlight reel, it's the climb and the scars. The tip got the glow, she already the star. It's Tips Tape, baby, what you know about real? Speak truth in the mind, let the world just feel. From the block to the booth, she been holding it down. So strong, mind is a queen with a crown. From the YT streets, she built a lane. Supporting every soul, never do it for fame. Non-takeover crew, yeah, they rise as one. When Tips show love, that's how real gets done. Ain't no mask, no front, no pretending to be. Just a a woman on a mission, showing truth set you free. She the voice for the ones who be scared to speak. Now the world paying attention every word she repeat. We don't fake it, we face it. Growth ain't easy, but it's worth every scar. So stay locked in, cause this journey, it's bigger than views. It's about truth.
That's good, right?
It's about Tiff's tape.
That's good, right, guys? She's so good.
Still feeling it. You're the comment, moment to the void. This right here ain't no talk show.
There's like two versions.
It's testimony. Real women, real growth, real lessons learned the hard way.
I like it. She's so good. So hopefully I will get as good using my Sono AI as Harry has gotten. And then Anthony, like that studio, just overwhelming. Like when I'm in my AI and it asks me to like edit something, I just do another song. I can't edit it. I don't understand how to work it just yet, but I'm kind of still figuring it out. Another thing that I'm doing for y'all's is just a little short like video. Okay, so I told you guys I've been playing with the YouTube Create, and I've been playing with edits by Instagram. So what I did was like just took, you know how those procrastination like clips that you have in your phone. So I downloaded a couple of them and just uploaded them into Create just to see what AI would do, because you know sometimes you get like blocked on your creative. So like I uploaded it to allow for like AI to read the clips and kind of put together its own little storyline for me instead of me trying to come up with a storyline. And believe it or not, it came up with a pretty cool storyline that would require minimum editing on it. So I'm going to put that together in a little video with like little screenshots and stuff like that so that you guys can see it. I know me, I am a hands-on like learner. I like to see things done in order for me to kind of catch on with it. I think that the coolest thing, and I'm not going to share it all, about it, I do have a little bit of makeup on Zay. I have some eyeliner on. And I can't wear eyelashes, but I do have some like mascara on to kind of just make my eyes look a little bit bigger. And I have a little bit of gloss lip on. So I'm not going to give away like all the secret right now, but thank you so much, Brie. I appreciate you. But it was really cool. It was very interesting. I think that you guys will like it. As of today's date, we're doing okay on watch time hours. Not great. Okay, let's see. We're up to... Let me turn my little playlist back on. I like that. How this winter chill can freeze this chemistry. No plans, no claims, just a holiday. You're a visual learner, Supreme. I'm a visual learner. I have to see stuff done for me. And I appreciate you. You guys won't believe. Like, I've worked at the cell phone company for so long, but when it comes to my cell phone usage, I'm very, very basic with it. But I know all of the terrible things that we get from you guys on your cell phone. So I've just always been very basic with it. But like Supreme has taught me like so much stuff about my phone. I ain't even lying, y'all. Do you know that I just learned how to like use like voice chat and like voice text messaging and like be able to like use my voice to type in stuff. So if y'all was like, dang, if you ever got a text message from me and you're like, oh, she responds very, very slow, well, that's the reason why I respond very, very slow, is because I don't know. I didn't know how to do the little voice stuff. Homebody Trish, what's up, HBT? How are you? I enjoyed your last video. It was so good. I enjoy all of your content though. If you be like noticing that people be going back watching your throwback content and stuff, that's me. Don't be thinking I'm a little stalker either. I just am one of those like get to know you like people. So we're at 2,409. Do you guys see that? Watch hours. I think last night was, and that's through the 18th. I think last night was pretty good. So, like, I don't know if you're still in here, Beans. But yeah, what you got, that's freaking fantastic. Because I don't get that many watch time hours, even off of Alive. It just don't happen. I'm not that interesting. I'm the least interesting to listen to. Y'all know. I'm still shopping too, Trish. I've been in like 2 car wrecks, Supreme, like wrecks, like for real? Or like just wrecks because the stores are majorly crazy. Hopefully not car wrecks. I didn't like put myself down. I just said I was the least interesting to talk to in my mind. But I was excited that I was able to get a lot of stuff done. Work is finally almost Rex. Okay. No worries. No, I was like, dang, that's crazy. 2 Rex? Good, sweet Jesus. Homebody Trish, how many U-Haul trucks are you going to rent today? Homebody Trish, I noticed that in your last video. Are you similar to me to where Santa truly doesn't visit your house until Christmas? We have some Christmas tree presents under the tree, and it's funny because my son wrapped the presents and he didn't ask me for any wrapping paper, so I'm not pleased with the wrapping paper he used. He used my company wrapping paper because like we make wrapping paper and stuff. So he used orange wrapping paper to wrap gifts and put them under the tree. So it's a complete eyesore. And it drives me crazy, but those are the gifts that they're going to be opening on Christmas Eve because Santa doesn't come to my house until Christmas Eve. So that's why I know I need to start wrapping presents. I have a whole room full of presents and I've been just locking the bedroom because I know that the kids will go in there and just get into everything. I used to try to wrap like I did not last year, but the year before. I wrapped all of the presents in advance and put them under the tree. But the little goofballs were like opening them, even though I didn't put anybody's names on them so that they wouldn't know whose present was whose. So like they would open them and be like, oh, Duchess, this is yours. Oh, King, this is yours. So they would open them anyway. My kids get 1 big gift and 1 small gift, and me and the hubby do not do gifts, so everybody is taken care of. That's a pretty good idea, Danielle. I know that now that they're getting bigger and the stuff that my kids like work my nerves anyway, especially the stuff that my daughter likes, I don't even want to do like Christmas in the conventional sense anymore. I would rather go on a vacation or go on a trip. Like I've been really looking at doing the Disney cruise. I am a little bit like uppity if I'm gonna cruise and or take any type of vacation, then I want like it to be the ultimate vacation. If you guys have seen it, they have like the family suite, so I would try to get some, let me not say family members. I would let my sister come. So sister, if you are watching, I would let you and CJ come. But probably not too much of anybody else. Maybe my sister Riva too. I would let you come too, sissy. But basically, they have like this giant suite, where like the stairs are piano steps. I think it sleeps like 12 people. It's upstairs and downstairs, spiral staircase. It's like the Shy's night. And that is my dream suite that I want to stay at when I go on my Disney cruise. It's on the Wish. So that is my dream. I do have a couple of gift cards for like Disney because everybody knows in the family that that's what I want to do. So they'll like buy me like Disney gift cards and stuff. So because you guys know gift cards don't expire. That's a great thing. Well, if they do, it takes them like a million years. But Disney gift cards don't expire. So yeah, I'm going to save those up and find a really good deal on that Disney cruise and do that for Christmas and go somewhere tropical, because this weather that we're experiencing here in Colorado, like today, it's 72, 73 degrees. Christmas is going to be like 70 degrees. It's really nice. So this is unseasonably warm. Thank you so much, Supreme. I appreciate you for joining. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. I miss you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Decided to pop it in pink today. It's funny because I've had this sweatsuit in my closet for 3 years, and it is the first time that I have even worn it. I don't know, I'm weird like that. Like I'll buy something and then I save it for me to have like a special occasion or something for me to wear it. But I'm trying to get out of that. I told myself that I wasn't going to do that this year, but I did it anyway. So maybe I will be better about it next year and not be so tagged up. And waiting for a special occasion. Sometimes dressing for yourself is the special occasion. I'll be dead before I wear the stuff in my closet. And I don't think that my daughter is gonna like any of my per se fashion. So, you feel me? I just have to start wearing it. BDB GP, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. I hope that you are having a great day. Too real. Every time I see you, I just want a bell so that I can ring it. When are you going to send me your email address so that I can email you? Because I did actually look up some pricing and stuff with a couple of vendors for your little bells. So just let me know when you're ready. And the pricing is affordable. Like I wouldn't, do anything that'll break the bank. But I know it's the holiday season, so, end of tax time, get with me, let me know. And we can get your little bells printed up and everything so that you can get them into whatever store you have. Do you have like a stand store? You'll be able to make a stand store or whatever. And be able to sell your bells. Amaya, how are you, my dear? I hope that you are having a fantastic day. What have you drawn? Now, it's the holiday season, so hopefully you have drawn a couple of really pretty Christmas trees. I would love to see them, and some reindeer and Santa Claus as well. It's Tiffany. So when you spell my name, most people don't know this, you guys. I don't care actually what you call me, as long as it's not a totally bad word. But Tiffany, generally upon glance, people just say, oh, it's Tiffany. But if you look at it, most like people that like pay really attention with English will see that there's an extra I in there. So technically it's Tiffany, and it doesn't matter, like I said, because I'm so used to being called Tiffany that sometimes when people call me Tiffany, I'm like, who the mess are you talking to? So it doesn't matter to me. But in the event, yes, to real, I am streaming through my DJI. Does it look good? I've been trying to do this for like ever, and today is the first time that I have successfully been able, oh, that's a good one too, to stream through my DJI. So I'm excited about it. And the music that you are hearing in the background, oh, Bean, that's okay. The music that you're hearing in the background is also all AI produced music by myself and other different artists. And I haven't gotten like any YouTube, like little, like strikes. The other one that who am I talking to about my name? Anybody. It's just random general conversation. It was really, I was telling Antonice so that when she looks at my email address, just make sure that you put the extra I in it. It's really not about the pronunciation, Supreme. I was just making sure that she puts the extra I in it because 90% of people's emails I don't receive because they don't spell my name right. It's Ulta, Lord. It's raining. Ulta is a good spot, Supreme. That's where all the ladies be. Don't know. I bet the strip club is raining men too. Okay, guys. So I feel like I need to wait a little bit though, because my son's gonna be home in a little bit. Well, hold on. Let me at least, while I'm sitting here, I can start wrapping presents. Let me scoot you guys down a little bit. Oh, let me show you my little sweatsuit. Since it's been sitting in my closet, I haven't worn it. Now, don't make fun of me because it's made by Adidas, but Adidas doesn't make good tennis shoes. Sorry, Adidas. This was the Cardi B like little collaboration. I think it's kind of cute. Can you guys see it? Baggy little sweatsuit. I like that it has like these little details on it. So on the side it has like these little strings, and I don't know if you guys can hear me. But it has like the little strings on it that like you can tie up, and then you tie them around in the back. It's kind of cute. And then I just put it on with white tennis shoes. Because like I said, Adidas doesn't make cute tennis shoes. Hi Faith, how are you? I hope that you are having a great day. Tiff, I'm Muslim. I don't hang in them places. Well, that's good, Riaz. They'll keep you broke. Oh, thanks, Bean Money. Yeah, it's pretty cute. The pants also have like the little tie-up, little like ties on them, which is kind of cute. They're just a pain in the butt if you don't tie them tight, because then they'll be falling down all day. I'll be right back. All right, I told you guys I just wrapped with plain basic paper, craft paper, because I like to make the little bows and stuff and make everything look all cute. Let's see. And then I don't know if you guys have one of these. Do you guys use one of these? This is called a elf cutter. It's really cool because you just put it on your wrapping paper. I'll show you guys. Okay. You put it on your wrapping paper like that, and then let me zone you guys down and see if you guys can see it. Okay, so you just put it on your wrapping paper. And it makes perfect little cuts. Perfect cuts. So save yourself a lot of time. Tiff, not if. Hello to whomever you may be. I just bought my DJI Pocket today. So liked on this. Oh, congratulations. So you are going to love it. I'm super excited for you. Yeah, today I just learned how to stream live on YouTube utilizing my DJI, which is fantastic because it leaves my phone open for other things. I think I could, let's see, do I have I don't have the face tracking enabled, but I'll figure out how to enable that. And then, hi Trisha Nicole, how are you? Thank you so much for joining, my dear. You look cute today. I was in your live this morning. I will show you this cool accessory pack that I got, Zub, that has a lot of cool stuff in it. So don't instantly go out and start buying like separate little pieces for your DJI. I literally will do a video. Dang, why doesn't it want to go up? There we go. I will literally do a video that shows you a cool one little accessory bundle that you can buy. It's $50 and it has everything in it. Everything for your DJI, from special like little cover pieces that protect it, all of the glass screen protectors. It has a head harness. It has just everything. Like, it was the best $50 that I ever spent. It even has like the little magnets and stuff. When you guys buy these off of Amazon, you actually get 2 of them. I think I paid like $10 for this thing. If you're still using scissors with wrapping paper, you're doing yourself a disservice. Oops, come on. Okay. Sorry guys, playing catch up. Jay baby, hello my dear. Thank you so much for joining. I saw that you called me and then I was about to hang up so that I could call you back. I made this piece too small. Got the wrong box. I saw that you called and I was about to hang up my live so that I could call you back. So know that I do owe you a phone call, and I can't wait for 20 questions with Jay tonight. Now, because I'm using craft paper, you guys, you do have to like go through and like sharpen your edges a little bit. So that your box looks good. course your edges won't be right. And see, what I need to do is my little organized process, because normally what I will do is go through, because all of the boxes be the same size anyway, right? So like I'll go through, sorry you guys, little buttons keep blocking my chat. I'll normally go through and like pre-game all of the paper and cut all of the paper first, so that I can just whip through and wrap all of the presents real quick and don't have to stop between each present. I don't feel like I did that tight enough. Now see, one of the things that I used to do when I would like host grand opening events during this time is sorry guys, when I would host grand opening events during the holiday season is I would do free gift wrapping and have like brand ambassadors go around to all of the big stores and pass out like little coupons for free gift wrapping. So if you're in marketing and you're ever wanting like a great way to draw customers into the store during the holiday season, free gift wrapping, no purchase necessary. Because in a cell phone store, you know, it takes a while for them to activate your device and kind of sell you on something. So if you're sitting there and you're waiting to get your gifts wrapped so that you don't have to do it, then you're a little bit more patient. You feel me? So that was the way that I would con people into staying. Into staying in the stores longer than they anticipated. Thank you so much, Zay. Appreciate you. Was by wrapping their gifts for free. And then generally, even if somebody doesn't want to buy a phone, you can always convince them to buy an accessory or something like that. And for us, in our space, the phones fly off the shelf a little bit quicker to the holiday season than any other time, because people don't want their phones sitting up under, you know, the Christmas tree already activated. So cell phone stores are busy today. So if that is your gift, good luck. Me personally, I'm waiting for the newest of the Galaxy phones to come out. I think it comes out next month. And then I'll buy a new phone. Normally Samsung would have dropped the phone in October, but they didn't drop anything. So no phone for me. Let's see, get it nice and crispy. Now, are you guys one of those weird people? Like, I'm super weird when it comes to stuff. I like for the edges to be perfect. You guys see how I like tuck, even though they just go open it and rip it up. But you see how it's like perfect and the edges are sealed, like crispy. It's lined up right. I'm a little OCD. Just a little OCD. Perfect. And see, like the fun part for me, and that's the reason why I use craft paper, is I like to make all of the bows custom. Wrap the shoebox too before he gets here. So then just take it and line it up nicely. Sorry guys, this is the part where I'll be paying way too much attention. Trisha, did you go to Ulta? What'd you get? Are you going to show us tonight, or are you going to be showing us tomorrow what you got? I'm excited that you went. Or are you going to do a video? I do suggest that you do a long form content video on Ulta versus just only doing a live. Do a long form content video. Listening again. Let me put you guys over there and pull you up a little bit, because even though I have good vision, that little Chapman is super small. Super small. I need to eat something. Let's measure that way. What did you guys eat? Just in perfume and some body scrub. Still shopping though. Gift cards work. I mean, I know that us ladies like to feel like, you know, we'd like for you to buy something so that we feel like, you know, you took your time and actually thought of something. But most of us ladies now know that all guys are awful when it comes to Christmas shopping. So don't get your feelings hurt about it, because they're just all awful. They all do it last minute. Like Danielle, you and your, I think that was you that said that you guys only get stuff for the kids, one big gift. You were talking to Anthony. Okay, my bad. That's probably very, very smart. That way nobody's feelings gets hurt, because I know my feelings be hurt on Christmas. I don't ever get what I asked for. And I'm very straight, no chaser. I'd be like, okay, this is what I want. I make it very easy. And I don't generally want anything that's like all crazy and out of the pocket. It's generally something super simple. Because I don't like to ask people to buy me like big gifts. What about you guys? I don't like for people to ask me to buy me big gifts. Because I don't want somebody to be able to take it back. So I buy my own big gifts. You should see all of the dumbfounded men out here scratching their heads. I bought my wife a cup and an Amazon gift card. Amazon gift card, you can't go wrong with that, Anthony. Really, you can't. You cannot. But even, I know y'all even be nervous about giving gift cards too, because some people be like still stank on the gift card. So like, this is what's funny. Okay, so my niece, her and her daughter both sent me their Shein grocery carts, right? That's the only grocery carts, clothing carts. That's the only time that I've ever even ordered anything off of Shein. is for them. Well, this year, because, you know, all of these companies want to be able to harass you through their apps. So rather than me just being able to click on the link and just order, you know, the products, it was like, oh, you need to download the app, you need to create an account. You know, they just wanted too much of my information for them to still want my money. You know, I don't like that. You know, I shouldn't have to give you my information and my money too. So I didn't like it. So a G like me went to Walgreens and bought gift cards, which does me a better service anyway, because if I had checked out both of their full shopping carts, it probably would have ended up being like a couple $100. You know what I'm saying? But I did realize at Shein you can get like 20 outfits and spend like $100. So it is kind of economical. But yeah. So then she called me the other day and she was like, well, you know, has our package left yet? You know, do you have the tracking number yet? And I was like, and so I didn't give the bad news, you know, that I got gift cards. But I think that today they should be getting the bad news. Either today or tomorrow, they should be getting the bad news, because I went ahead and popped those gift cards in the mail. I sent each of them their own card so that they can open up their own card with their gift card in it. But yeah, sweetie, if you do see this, there is no tracking number for your order from Shein, because that is not what I decided to do. You guys like my bow? Very pretty. I also get the ribbon that has like the little wire in it, because that way you can manipulate it and make your little bows all pretty. And then this is cool because it's just one of those, you just pull it and your gift is unwrapped. So, I mean, if you would like to reuse the ribbon later, then, I mean, you can. I'm not, though. All of the ribbon I bought at Hobby Lobby and Sam's Club at the end of the season last year, so that I got it for like 75 to 90% off. So I don't mind if it gets thrown away, because I didn't pay that much for it. Okay. Yep. I like the brown paper. It looks vintage. Me too, Yaya. Thank you. I think that it just looks better up under the tree. And yes, I kind of just like that kind of old school, very vintage aesthetic. Not too overdone. I like for it to look personalized. Now this, I should have went to the Dollar Tree and gotten my craft paper, because it's a little bit thinner. This craft paper is super good quality. It's really good. You know, back in the days, when you mailed boxes and stuff, they used to actually wrap your box with craft paper. Thanks so much, Bean. So yeah, if you guys decide to go the craft paper route, I think I got this at Walmart. So it's pretty good quality. All right, let me measure one of these boxes so that I can pre-game my paper. Hey loonies, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining. I hope that you are having a fantastic afternoon. I think that the reason why I got so good at making bows, Yaya and Danny, you guys, is because I was a cheer mom. And anybody that was a cheer mom knows that you got to have proper bows. You got to have a good bow as a cheerleader. So I just learned how to do bows really good. Let's measure this paper real quick. I should have, I had started like last year when I started my YouTube channel. I had also signed up for like the Amazon affiliate marketing program. But in order for you to get accepted into the Amazon affiliate marketing program, you have to, you know, get a certain amount of link or clicks on your links and stuff. And it took me forever to start actually putting links in my videos. So before I knew it, I didn't get accepted because I kind of forgot to do it. And now I feel stupid because I should have done it like before the holiday season. And then all of this stupid stuff, like this stupid elf thing. And even that Christmas tree bag, you know, those kind of things would have gotten a ton of clicks. Do you guys want to see how I did that so quickly? Those kind of things would have gotten a ton of clicks so that I would have been able to hit my milestone. Some good paper. Good. Put it on there. Just like that. And wait. I see. Heck yeah. Congratulations, Danielle. What's going on? What's going on? Danielle, you use the word daddy? Hold on. Let me roll up. Congratulations, Danielle. I'm waiting for Big Daddy Google to give me the green light. But I got 3,000 hours. Thank you, Tiff, Anthony, Supreme, and Faith, and anyone who else ran my playlist. Oh my God, Danielle, I am so excited for you. It's about time that you Google and YouTube caught up with the mission. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm so excited for you, Danielle. I can't wait for you to have your first, live, your first monetization live so that we can throw pennies at you and shit. That's gonna be cool. And don't do like a stash and don't throw the little pennies on, because some of us only got pennies and it's after the holiday season, so you know we're gonna be broke. I'm so excited for you, Danielle. And I've noticed, Danielle, that your evening lives, if you have not noticed it, I have noticed it, you are starting to get quite a bit of a following in those lives. And dang, am I putting it on wrong? A lot of people have been starting to show up. In those lives, so that's really good. Homebody Trish, have you done, thank you. All the credit goes to AR2 and Big Daddy Google. She said it in the live and it stuck. I am so excited for you. You guys are going to be kind of sick of me, or maybe y'all won't be sick of me. But yes, I'm on my grind. I think I told you guys I have 2,409 hours of watch time. I gained 35 hours today in watch time. So Bean, if you're in there, you guys, Bean, she'll be monetized by like January 15th, January 10th. I'm telling you, she's dangerous. She's coming for that YouTube check, and that's gonna land for her pretty quickly. I'm not going to share her business. You guys have to go and watch her video in order to get it. But she's doing really, really good as far as gaining momentum with getting her watch time hours. So if you guys are not subscribed to my little beans, make sure that you guys check out her channel and go and subscribe to her. Oh, you are so welcome, little beanie. I'm sorry that I call you Beanie. Okay, so story time. I have a video that you guys will see coming soon because I did get outed on YouTube, you guys. I think that Supreme was trying to share this during his live. When I fell asleep during my own personal highlight. Yep, I fell asleep. I was there the whole time, but I fell asleep. So he was like asking permission to share something that a lot of people don't know. And so it was that in 2017, my daughter was unalived. And I used to call her Bean, because her name was Queen. And so hence, if you guys are like, wait, why does she name her kids after royals? All of my kids are the royals because that's what my last name means. Riles means royals. So, but even before then, I just always had a thing for like royal names. Because y'all know I'm adopted. And my mom's name was Queen. I know. Thank you so much. My mom's name was Queen, and it was Queen Esther. So in my family, like everybody is kind of named after someone in the family. Like my brother named his daughter Hattie after my mom. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to name my daughter after your mom. But my mom was like, well, when you use someone's name, you also have to use it. You were watching the documentary earlier and saw where you were live, and I'll have to finish it. Oh, okay. So yeah, she was like, you have to name people's name in that placement. So her mom was Queen Esther. And no offense, but I did not want to name my child Esther. That wasn't going to happen. Because my niece, she already hated the name Hattie. I mean, she wore it beautifully, but she hated it. Hello, thank you so much for joining. I see Yard Black. Is it Ima? Ima, you backyard. We're going to call you backyard. So that's the reason why it ended up that her name was Queen. And then I was like, okay, well, in the event that I have a kid, hopefully it'll be a little boy, and I am going to name him King. Well, lo and behold, I ended up with a grandkid before I ended up with a son. Yeah, crazy story time. So I named my granddaughter Duchess, with keeping in the name theme. Now, between us, I wanted to name her Lord, but my family and my pastors was giving me some dirt on that one. They was like, no, that's not gonna work. So she ended up with the name Duchess. My dog's name is Countess, and my son's name is King. So we are the royals. But, so what Supreme was asking to share is somebody recently, it was about a month ago now. It probably took me a good month in order to wrap my head around it. What is today? No, next Sunday. It took me about a month to wrap my head around it. But so I was chilling, and I get a text message from one of Queen's friends saying, "Hey, Mom, did you see this?" They all call me Mom. And I was like, no, what is it? And so I guess somebody had shared this documentary on to Facebook. And the documentary was about my daughter and like her story and what happened to her. So I have shared it on my community post. I know some of you guys have seen it. Trish, Homebuddy Trish, I know that you've seen it. Corey, I know that you've seen it. So yes, a YouTuber. And I mean, they weren't just like doing it with like malicious intent. That's what they do on their channel, is they bring light to, like, I don't know, untold stories. It's not an untold story, but they bring like lights to just like people whose lives were taken pointlessly. You saw it too, Jay. So yeah, that was my first outing on YouTube. And like at first, I felt a little, I didn't know. I felt like kind of in my feelings about it, that somebody had like shared this story that I have to face and go through like every day. And every day is different. But then after probably watching it, the 100th time, and seeing how beautifully done it was, and then the content creator, because I did email the content creator, I just kind of wanted to know, like, why my story was on their radar, what about it, like, piqued their interest, to even want to do a video about it. And wanted to ask, but knew it could be touchy. Oh no, please go ahead and ask. Nowadays I've gotten much easier. It's gotten easier to talk about it, and I do share the story because everything in the world right now is like so crazy. Every day I look up and there's people whose kids are unfortunately going missing, and that was a part of it. Like, there's some stuff when you watch the documentary that is correct and some of the stuff isn't correct. Like when my daughter went missing, it was March 23rd of 2017, and she like went out with like one of her little homegirls, and so I was like talking to her because I had her, my granddaughter, obviously. So I was talking to her, and then like all of a sudden on April 1st, just all of the communication like stopped. And then my granddaughter, we were having her christening at church on April 8th, and my daughter didn't show up for that either. So at this point in time, like, even though like I already knew, how you can feel, well, some of you guys don't know, but when stuff like that happens to like your kids, like you can just like feel it in your spirit. You can feel that something is wrong. So here I am, pregnant, like in all of the sketchiest neighborhoods, because y'all know I work for the cell phone company, so I know all the little tricks and trades about like how to get stuff done. So I got an old phone that I had, and then I logged into her account and I swapped the phones out. And then after I swapped the phone out, that was how I was able to go into like her email account. And then I said, forgot my password, because when you forget your password, how does it verify it? It verifies it through your phone. So because I now had her phone number, technically, what I did was change the password to like her account and everything so that I could get into her social media accounts. So I could get into her email, so that I could change all of her passwords so that I can get into her social media accounts and like her Uber account and everything. So I'm like in her Uber account and getting all of the addresses that like she had been to, and in her Google Maps and stuff. Hello, Divine Daily, D Living Daily, how are you? And I started like going to all of those like addresses and stuff and just knocking on people's doors and looking for her. So it was a crazy time. And then I remember it like clockwork. I was at work, and the Colorado Department of Investigations like called my cell phone. And like I'm telling you, like I'm crazy when it comes to the cell phone and just scams and stuff like that. So when they call, first thing I'm like, hey, how y'all got my number? It's the police. Of course they got everybody's phone number. And then they're telling me that they're at my house. So I'm not even believing that it's the police. So like I'm making them prove to me who they are. I'm like, if you are the Colorado Bureau of Investigations, then I need for you to take a picture of your business card, and you need to text me a picture of your business card. So she sent me a picture of her business card, and then she's like, we're at your house. And I said, well, I'm not going there. So I was like, let me give you a different address for you to meet me at. Because like I said, I'm still like freaking out, thinking that maybe this is like some weird kind of scam that's like trying to get me to come home. So I give them the address to like my mom's house, and I'm like, okay, well, meet me over here. And yeah, so I go over to my mom's house and everything, and the police are there, but then they like sit outside for like an hour before they even came in. So then they finally come in, and they're like asking me questions because, if you've ever gone through anything like that, you are the, I was the person that they were like looking at, essentially as being the criminal. So, they're asking me all of these questions, and I'm telling them, like, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, did you find these little heifers out, being crazy? Because I had been getting like all kind of messages from people saying, oh, we saw them here, and oh, we saw them there. Because I was doing my own little investigation and like looking for her anyway when she disappeared. Oh, thank you so much, Faith. I did. I turned into an FBI agent for show. And it's funny because I even told the investigations what happened to her. Like they didn't ever tell me. But it's crazy. So we're sitting there at my mom's house, and we're like 2 or 3 hours in. And they whip out this picture, a photo sketch of my daughter. And that picture is actually hanging in Virginia, next to like Carlita White and a lot of really, huge missing kids cases. My daughter's sketch is hanging in the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children out there in Virginia. So if anybody goes to that building and you take a tour, you will see my daughter's picture there. So earlier that day, a sketch had come out on the news of a young lady whose body had been found up in the mountains here in Colorado. And this picture was shown and broadcast from Colorado, Arizona, Las Vegas, California, like it was all across the West Coast. And it came on a news station, that I don't watch, but also because I, was at work, and it, I guess, originally came out during like the work day. I didn't see it. And one of my girlfriends sent it to me, and this was even before the Bureau of Investigations had called me. She had already like sent me that photo, and she was like, hey, this picture came out on the news this morning. It kind of looks like Queen, but I'm not really sure. And then I looked at it and I'm like, oh no, that don't look like my kid. So I, just kind of put it off. Well, lo and behold, when I'm sitting there with the Colorado Bureau of Investigations, the lady finally whips out the photo, and the photo is the same picture that my girlfriend had texted me that had been on the news. So I didn't have any choice but to believe it. And then at that point, that's when the breakdown completely happens. It was pretty crazy. Now, I didn't, because like most people think, and I know a lot of her friends and stuff were very confused by this. And I think that it was just because I was pregnant. And, when I was pregnant, I wasn't an early pregnancy. I was like 42, 43 years old, pregnant. So that is already supposed to be high risk. So when it came time to like identify the body, the police were like, no, we don't need for you to identify the body. We know that it's her. So I didn't get to identify the body. And actually, I think that one of my biggest regrets, is that I just didn't even get to see her. Like, even the police didn't want me to see the body. Like, they wouldn't let for me see it. And then, the funeral home, though, they had to, because it took like the police, like, it took like a month, almost a month and a half for them to release her body, because they found her body on April 8th. And it sucks because the day that we were christening her daughter, that's the day that her body was found. So that kind of sucked. So we didn't get her body until like May 23rd. And then we were able to finally have like her services on May 27th. So even like the funeral home, they messed up a little bit because we wanted to see the body, but then they cremated the body before we could see the body. But my doctor and the funeral home and the investigators were just like, no, we really don't suggest that you see her. That they said the smell of just a body is crazy, and once you smell that, you will never ever get that smell out of your nose. You'll never forget it. It'll like haunt you. But then also, we just don't think that in your state, you being pregnant and, whatever excuses that they made, it's just not going to be good for you just physically, mentally. We just do not suggest that you look at this body. Like, they were dead set against it, to where like I felt like I didn't even have a choice. And I think that now today I would definitely have stood on business and been like, I don't care what you guys are talking about. I want to see her. Like, because there was still a part of me, even though they said, you know, it's her 100%, there was still a part of me, you know, that was like, it's not her. So I even made them like take specific pictures of her body and show me like specific pictures of her body in order for me to like believe that it was her, because she didn't have any tattoos or any identifying, you know, like marks like that. um I know that you feel that way, but it may have been the best. I know it was probably for the best, and they were all like saying, you know, it's best for you to remember her the way that, you know, she was before all of this. Um, but then also, I mean, the sad thing is, you guys, like, they, the way that they took her life, is pretty off. It was pretty bad. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was pretty bad. So I don't think that anybody would necessarily want to see that, but as a parent, you know, I feel like I should have. And I think that just that whole experience of it all, because we didn't go to trial with it. The young man did essentially take a plea deal, and everybody else pled the fifth. So it was just really, really kind of crazy. So the way that they disposed of her, because it all happened like literally maybe like 15 minutes away from my house. And so they wrapped her body up and they drove it up to the mountains. And I guess they were like trying to get to Winter Park, but the vehicle that they were in wasn't going to make it to Winter Park. So they found whatever like little secluded spot that they could, and they just dumped her in the mountains like trash. I find it very difficult to go to the mountains, you know, because that's kind of was her final resting place. We did get a highway sign, and had that up in the mountains. So during that time, or if you drive through up in the mountains in Colorado, you might see that little highway sign that says "In loving memory of Queen." The knot in my throat. This being my first time hearing this, I'm so sorry for you, Tiff. It's okay, Yaya. From experience, it is best, but I understand needing closure for sure. I think that that's the sucky thing, Homebody Trish, is that I never really got 100% complete closure with it. I know some of what happened, but I don't know the complete story. Hold on, guys. Let me just... Of what... Okay. I don't know the complete story of like what happened. Her friend is the one that did actually say, you know, no, he's the one that pulled the trigger. But all of them like helped to cover it up. So it sucked because you would think that, you know, everybody, there would have been like some accessory to the crime charges for the 4 other people that were involved, or even 5 people that were involved in it, but there wasn't. Only this young man went to jail, and he only got 20 years in jail. So you don't even have to spend all of that. This was the first year that I had to go through his first probation. And then I think that pretty soon, or I bet you if I go to the mail, there's probably a letter in the mail from the probation office for him to be up for probation again. But so it's interesting how like God like tries to give you information. And I think that's the reason why I like disappeared off of social media for a long time, especially like Facebook. Because like there was stuff that I want to ask question Supreme, but want her to share. No, feel free to go ahead and ask any question. It's okay. So hello, Miss Lafita. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. So what happened is a lady was walking up in the mountains, her and her husband, and she was pregnant and she had to go to the bathroom. So her husband, pulled over so that they could like try to find somewhere off grid for her to go potty. And so as they were walking down a path, they find, something that looks like a very, very large burrito wrapped up, and there's no cellular service. So they literally had to walk all the way back to their car before they could call the police to like tell the police and everything. And that lady, she did reach out to me on Facebook Messenger, just to kind of see how I was doing, and just give her condolences, and let me know if there's anything at all that I needed, So we've become good friends. And then another young lady, she was at work. Like when I'm telling you the world is small, Colorado is super small. So another young lady, she was at work. And the girl that she worked with was telling her this wild and crazy story about this girl, Queen, and how her life got taken, like literally just the week before, and that they had been over at this apartment, like cleaning up this apartment and got rid of the couch. I mean, like literally this girl was running all the business down. And so the young lady that she told, she wasn't connected with me in any way at all. But like she got on Facebook and like started putting together like, okay, who do I know that's possibly connected to her? And she found one of my homegirls that had moved to Texas that she knew. So she reached out to one of my homegirls and was like, hey, do you know this girl? I see that she's been looking for her daughter all over social media and Facebook. And this was before like the police, like even knew what was going on. And she was like, so I see that she's been looking for her daughter on social media, and I think I have some information about her. Can you get me in touch with her? So it was that young lady, her name is Victoria, that essentially reached out to me and kind of told me like the skinny and everything that was going on. And then it was just like a windfall from there. Like everybody like started reaching out to me on social media. Like just kind of piecing it together and telling me what happened. Because like I said, he took a plea deal. Everybody else pled the fifth. So I never really got the story of what happened. And still to this day, I don't really know the whole why of it. I mean, I've heard like some conspiracy theories about it, but I've never really gotten like the whole why he took her life. So it was crazy. Now, what ultimately besides the girlfriend telling. So girls, be careful with stuff. People, you just kind of have to think. So the dude's girlfriend wasn't even there. She was at work when like everything went down and happened. But they like had a video of her going to Walmart, and she went to Walmart and bought like the car tarp and the duct tape and all of the cleaning supplies and everything that they used in order to, dispose of my daughter's body. And they found the only piece of like evidence that they found, because they cleaned everything so well. But they did find one singular long piece of blonde hair. So the girlfriend, who wasn't even there, they found a piece of her hair on my daughter's body. And so that essentially was like the nail in the coffin for them. Let's see. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to you guys. Thank you so much, Bean. Yeah, if you have a question, please feel free. Ask your question. I will answer it to the best of my ability. I was just curious on the justice system details. The justice system sucks. I had a victim's advocate, but technically they were like never even in the courtroom with me. I have a my mom was like in her 90s when it happened, like late 80s, early 90s when it happened. So it was something that I went through completely like by myself. All of the court visits, anytime that I had to go to court, unfortunately I was there by myself. Well, my son was there because I was pregnant. My friend Monique would come when she could, but she lives totally across town and she has kids and a husband of her own. So, and you guys, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever been through anything like that, but it's a lot of court. It's a lot of court dates. Sometimes they're early in the morning, sometimes they're in the afternoon. So yeah, it was just something that I kind of went through by myself. A lot of friends and family and stuff, they'll be like, well, we don't really know the story. They don't really know too much of anything. Well, the reason why nobody knows too much of anything is because nobody else was around. But I mean, I was a single parent. She was my daughter. So I think in the documentary, I think that they say that my husband isn't my daughter's dad. But yeah, my husband isn't my daughter's dad. And I raised my daughter 100% completely by myself. I didn't get married to my husband until my daughter was already like out of the grown for the most part, or at least like 17. I think in the documentary it says that like we got married when she was like 2, but that wasn't the case. But he did very, very good in that documentary. He did a really, really, really good job. He did respond to the email that I sent, and he was like, I did try to find you on social media. He's like, but I just couldn't find you on social media. And I think that that's one of those things to where he was probably spelling my name wrong, because most people just see Tiffany and not Tiffiani. So he was probably spelling my name wrong to where he couldn't find me. But I'm glad that he didn't find me. I'm glad that it came to me organically, and that it gave me an opportunity to kind of ingest it, and understand it. But yeah, so today if Queen were here, she would be 28 years old. And that was my nickname for her. Bean was Beans and my Bean. So that's the reason why, if you're wondering, why does she call me Beans? That is the reason why I pluralize it and call you Beans. Yeah, she was a cool kid. Do you guys want to see a picture of her? I'll show you a picture of. Let's see. I have a picture of her. And no, she is not, well, she's mixed. She's Russian, Jamaican, and black. Most people would always say, oh, I thought your mom was white, when they would like see her. Queen's birthday is March 7th. She will be 29 years old. Let's see, downloads. And it's funny because I have like this picture too. It was the last picture that her and Duchess took over at my mom's house. It's like blown up all big. That's her. That was her graduation photo. But yeah, I talk about it and I share her story a little bit easier now because I don't know, sometimes you just don't know who your story will possibly impact. You don't know what people are necessarily going through, or I think that it gives insight to kind of who you are. This was it. This is one of my favorite ones. That was the last picture that she took with my granddaughter, her and Duchess, my little squishy. Or that was the last picture that I took of her. Yeah, she's my bestie. She's a cute girl. Guys missed out when they took this one. She's so sweet. Yep. Oops. So I think that that's the reason why, though. This is one of my favorite pictures. She cute. Oh, thanks, Jay. I think that, though, that's the reason why, like, I am kind of like one of those super non-confrontational, like, type people. Because from the story that I have been told the most about, come on, Ian. Hold on, guys, really quick. My son's home. Hello. Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, they had way too much fun.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. Well, they did. They had some summer fun today, Tiffany.
Oh, so you guys
Trampoline.
water.
Trampoline with a sprinkler underneath.
Oh, fun. Good stuff.
Anyway, I tried to dry them, but it didn't dry good enough.
It's all right.
Anyway.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. You too, Grandpa. Have a great day. Thank I think I'm back. Let me know if you guys can see me. I don't know what happened. I think I'm back. Let me know if you guys can see me. I don't know what happened. Yes, one in the chat. Oh, hi, Miss Tina. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. But I think that that's the reason why I'm like super non-confrontational. I'm a people pleaser. Because just given like the context and what I was told, this person decided that she was not worth being here anymore because she expressed her opinion. And that person was not in agreement with her opinion. They wanted for her to do something that she did not feel comfortable doing. And, you know, because of that, I guess she got mouthy with the young man, and the young man felt like she disrespected him or was being disrespectful, and because of that, he pulled out his in the temple. So yeah, that is essentially what happened, but that is probably the reason why I avoid confrontation with people. It's the reason why I don't know, became kind of like an introvert a little bit. I don't say what I want to say 90% of the time because you just don't know how people are going to react. And then for me, I just always think the worst when it comes to how people are going to respond or react. And so I've just found that a lot of arguments, they're just not worth having. A lot of confrontations are not worth it. And yeah, a lot of times I am okay with having hurt feelings because I would rather have hurt feelings and breath in my body than to have voiced my opinion and be 6 feet under. So there you have it. That's pretty much what I know. Now for the friend, because when I gave my final statements to that young man and his family and the court and everybody that was in there, I let them know, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. And he did. And I asked God to please take care of each and every one of them in the way that only you can, dear God. I did. So the first one was the friend. You know, I gave an order as well. And the first one that God did handle was the girlfriend. And this sucks, so you guys don't look bad at me because of this. But so I was watching the news one morning, and this was like a year after everything had like, you know, kind of wrapped up and went down. But it was like literally 2 months after the sentencing. So I was listening to the news, getting ready for work, and I hear about a young lady that fell into the river up in Clear Creek County, because that's where they dropped my daughter's body off. So whenever I hear that county or something in that county, you know, like my spidey senses go off and I just like pay attention to it. So I hear, you know, about some young lady that fell in the river and got drugged down the river. So then, you know, I went about my day. Well, then later on that evening, I was on Facebook and saw, people saying, RIP, RIP. And I was like, whoa. So I called the girl's mom and I'm like, hey, I just saw this on Facebook. What's the deal? And the mom is telling me, yeah, that's her. And I was like floored. And of course, I gave the mom my condolences because I did feel really bad for the mom, and what she was going through. But I promise y'all, no sooner than I hung up that phone, I did my happy dance and I gave God the victory because he did exactly what I asked him to do. Well, he didn't do what I asked him to do, like in the way that my mind would have put it together, but he did the damn thing. You feel me? Because how disrespectful for her to have been hanging up at the place where y'all done went and dumped my baby's body off anyway. So perfect that became her resting ground, but not in a pleasant way. She fell into the river and got dragged down the river for 3 miles and died. So won't he do it? Yes, Danielle, won't he do it? And he's coming for the rest of them joints too. He's coming for the rest of them. So, yes, do I feel bad for her mother? Absolutely. Do I feel bad that the girl is gone? Nope. Don't feel no ways sad about it. I don't. But because I do have little bitties, that's the reason why I'm just not even mean to people. I'm very cautious when it comes to like hurting people's feelings or, just, I don't know. I'm unfortunately a people pleaser because of it. And that is probably the reason why I hate the word strong. I hate that word. I hate it because a lot of times you don't want to be strong. I don't want to be strong. I wanted to be able to cry. I wanted to be able to have a fit. I wanted to be able to ball up into a, corner somewhere and just cry. But I unfortunately did not get to have those emotions and feel those emotions because I had to do that shit by myself. You feel me? So, yeah, I don't get like strong vibes. I get from it. It was a necessary evil. I had to do it because nobody else was going to do it for me. So, sometimes if I'm like a little bit like, oh, I got it, I'll just do it. It is because I've always had to do stuff for myself. I even think like when I was washing my car the other day and Elliot was like, yeah, do you wash your car? No. No. I just don't even ask people to do anything for me because I know they're not gonna anyway. So there you have it. That's the reason why I'm sometimes maybe too agreeable, is because sometimes disagreeing is not worth the headache. Hi, DJ Skills, Camping and Travel. How are you? So glad to see you. I appreciate you for being here. Yes, now God needs to get the rest of them, you guys, and he will. He'll do it. He definitely will. Don't cry, Jay. Don't cry, guys. But do go and watch the documentary because it was, like I said, it was very, very beautifully done. This young man did an excellent job telling her story, way better than I ever could have done. I did do, like earlier on in my journey, actually, March 7th of this year, I released a video called Dealing with How to Deal with the Loss of a Loved One. And that's the only video where I've ever spoken about this. I don't I don't speak about it. So when that dude, you know, and it's Truth4Reality is the name of the channel. Where can I watch the documentary? So the YouTuber's page is called Truth4Reality. But additionally, Anthony, if you go to my community page on YouTube, and you'll probably have to roll down because I've done a couple of other posts since then, but I did share it to my community page. Oh, pardon me. So you can find it there. Oh, pardon me. And I mean, at this point, let's see. Like the last time, Countess. The last time I looked at it, I think it had like 30,000 views. And I was going to like do like, you know, a video reaction on it, and you know, obviously when it's hot, that's the best time to like capitalize on it and, you know, do a video on it while it's trending. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. And I don't feel bad, you know, I don't care that somebody got paid off of doing her story. I don't really care about that portion of it. Because looking at the content creator and, you know, the kind of stories that they highlight, it's the underdog, you know, it's those people that stories would otherwise go forgotten, you know, nobody would ever take the time to listen to them. So I'm, you know, in the beginning, like I said, it was a little, here it is.
Developments in the investigation after a young mother was murdered. Queen Ashby was killed early last month, and today police finally named a suspect. Our Lauren
35,000
the investigation in Aurora. Laura, even with the new information, her friends tell you they have a lot of questions.
This can't be true. Like, I knew she was missing, but I was just hoping she was going to come home soon, you know, safe, no harm to nothing.
These new developments come after weeks of investigating, and just as friends and family plan to gather here at Overland High School, her old school, to remember and honor her life.
March 7th, 1997. The world would make way for Queen Ashby. She would be born to her mother, Tiffany, and her father, Erdis. The place that she called home would be Aurora, Colorado. When Queen was younger, her parents would figure out that the relationship just wasn't for them, and they would separate. But by the time the Queen was 9 years old, her mother would remarry. She would marry a guy who goes by the name of Chantrell Riles. Chantrell would step up and fill the role as a stepfather. Growing up, Queen was an only child. And with being an only child, it's safe to say
Oh my
that she
God,
became
you guys.
the center of attention.
She was the
a
reason
person
why I
that
got
their
a personal
parents
trainer.
could focus all their time and energy into. Aurora, Colorado was the place of her birth, but it's also where she was raised, and she would receive her education there. She would slowly grow from her elementary days into the middle school days, before making a transition to Overland High School. While in school, she's described as smart, funny.
She went to
Someone
the
with a cheery
same high
attitude.
school that I
With
went
her
to,
upbeat
and she
personality,
graduated
garnered the attention from
exactly
people
20
around her.
years
She quickly
after I
attracted friends,
graduated. She
and
wore
also
my
grew
same
close
cap
to
and
her
gown
teachers.
that I wore
While
when
attending
I
Overland,
graduated.
She was a cheerleader, but she also had a love for art. She enjoyed drawing, and when she wasn't occupied with that, she was busy teaching herself how to play guitar. She was known as being the person you could always catch with a smile on their face. She was also open-armed. She was ready and willing to accept anyone as a friend. And if you were down and out and needed help, she would be there for you. In May of 2015, Queen Ashby would walk the stage, and she would graduate from Overland High School. It wouldn't be long after graduation before she would start an entirely new chapter of her life. Shortly after graduating, she would come to find that she was pregnant. At that moment, her plans of college...
All right, so don't be mad, but I'm not going to play it all for you guys. And because I want for you guys to go and watch it when you get like a quiet moment, okay? But the link is on my community page, so go and watch it. And I did leave a comment on the video. So, leave me some love on the comment under the video, and just let me know that you guys watched it. But it was very beautifully done. I am proud that someone did her story for me. Do you guys want me to play it here? Do you guys, I just don't want to get any copyright strikes. If the person was to copyright it, but I can let you guys, you gave permission for this production. I did not give permission for the production, but I don't think that I had to. I did not authorize it. I'm gonna let you guys watch it because I need the watch time anyway. So if you guys are gonna hang in with me, will you guys hang in with me and watch it? And then I'll talk behind it, okay? So that just in case, but we'll see. Over on my channel, we experiment. Okay, so I'm gonna put it back up.
And everything else would be placed on hold because she was about to bring a life into this world. That day would come on October 31st of 2016. It would be on this day that she would welcome her daughter into this world, and she would name her Duchess. She would bring forth this child with a guy who goes by the name of Jerron McMillan. He was a guy that Queen had met back in her junior year of high school, but now they were beginning a family together. To help take care of her daughter, Queen would work a number of jobs. Her specialty was customer service, but although she was busy with her own priorities, she always made time for her family. She especially enjoyed Wednesday nights. It was their self-proclaimed family night, where they would either eat or watch movies, but just enjoy each other's company. With the family being so close, it seemed out of the ordinary in April of 2017 when Queen would go missing. At the time of her disappearance, her 6-month-old daughter was in care of family. But when
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some clarity while we're watching it, so don't get mad at me. So I do have my granddaughter. I haven't adopted her, but I am what is called her legal guardian, which sucks in itself. I'm not even going to go down that road right now, but I've had my granddaughter since she was 3 months old. And yeah, so I'm the 100% sole provider for her. And that is the reason why technically I have 2 kids. So you know how you people will say to you, God works in mysterious ways. When I was younger, I used to always say I wanted 2 kids, 1 boy, 1 girl, preferably twins. I didn't get twins the conventional way, but I technically have twins because I have 2 3rd graders. They started school together, they'll graduate together. But so yes, I have had my daughter's daughter since my daughter went missing. I was the person that cut the umbilical cord.
people tried to reach her, no one could, and repeated attempts to call her phone would be met with a voicemail. In due time, Queen would be found, but it wasn't the way that people hoped. April 8th, 2017. A motorist is passing by a mountain line area near Clear Creek County. It's an area that's located about 30 miles west of Denver. While driving in the rural area, the motorist would spot something to the side of the road that seemed odd. It looked to be an object that was wrapped in something, but the object was in the shape of a human body. With the passerby being curious about the object, he would immediately contact the authorities. When the police arrived on the scene, that would confirm the motorist's suspicion. They would observe a victim, someone who was double wrapped, first inside of a green army blanket, with a gray tarp that was on top. This would be enclosed using duct tape. When the medical examiner arrived on the scene and they began to undo the wrapping, they would immediately notice the dry remnants of a red substance. After further inspecting the victim, they would come to find that the victim seemed to have suffered a gunshot wound. As they carefully inspected the victim, they would only find one wound inside of the head region, near the temple. By now,
Okay, so sorry to pause. So yeah, that's how they unfortunately killed her. Was he did put a gun up to her temple and he pulled the trigger. They did essentially try to say that it was like a different way that she got killed and that she took her own life. But I mean, what a horrible way for somebody to take someone's life. But yeah, that's what happened. And because that's what they did, that was the reason why they felt like I should not view her body. So back to it.
the area had been taped off, and it was being further analyzed. But it was clear, whatever transpired didn't happen in that spot. To even further complicate the situation, the victim had no ID and no personal belongings. By the time the gurney was rolled out and the crime scene tape was removed, they were no closer to identifying the person. In light of the situation, they would have to turn to the media in hopes to generate leads that would release a description of the victim. She was described as a biracial female between the ages of 15 and 25. She had black hair, along with black weave extensions, and her ears were pierced twice. Along with the description, they would release a virtual sketch. They were hoping that this picture would lead to an identification.
So that picture, guys, that is the picture that came on the news and was broadcast around all of the different news channels. That's also the picture that I received a text message of, and that is the sketch that is hanging up in the National Center for Exploiting and Missing Kids. Now, I think that for me, the reason why I was really thrown off by it is because when Queen left home, she had red hair. She didn't have black hair. So, hence, to me, some of the features were similar, but I think that just in my mind's mind, I didn't want to believe it anyway. So I was going to find anything to make it not be true.
Police have now released a sketch of the victim, and although it's only a sketch, you can still see the pain in the eyes. An anonymous face that seemed to be crying out for help. This sketch would be accompanied by a piece of clothing that the victim was wearing, a black t-shirt. It was, in fact, a rather unique t-shirt. It pictured Marilyn Monroe holding a couple of items. Due to the nature of that photo, I won't be airing it in its entirety, but you can kind of get the gist of it. With the sketch being released, it would generate several leads. These leads were deemed credible by the authorities, so they followed up on every one. And by the end of the research, and through fingerprint analysis, they would identify the victim as 20-year-old Queen Ashby. Queen had previously been cross-referenced with missing persons, but she didn't pop up because her family never reported her missing, at least officially. But at the same time, she had changed.
Okay, so most people will be like, why wouldn't you have reported her missing? Because I was talking to her every day. There was one 8-hour lapse where I didn't talk to her. And so because I was talking to her literally every day I couldn't necessarily file a missing persons report because she wasn't missing. And then on April 1st, which is the day that they took her life, so it was really weird. She called her daughter's dad at like 3 in the morning on April 1st. And he didn't see the initial phone call. So then I guess she like texted him, but she texted him from a phone that wasn't her phone. She said their phone had died or something. So she texted him from a phone that wasn't hers. And that was at like, it was 4:35 in the morning. I actually still have the text. And he didn't get it until like the next day. And then when he went to go and call the number back, some dude answered the phone and was like, yeah, she's not here. So then he called me and he gave me the number, and I called the phone, and like at first they were just like hanging up on me. And then the dude was just like, oh, she's gone. And then the phone just like never answered. Again, they never answered it. But because things had like happened just so quickly, by the time that I was trying to make a report, the first thing that they were like, well, she hasn't even been gone for 24 hours, because she hadn't been gone for 24 hours. I was just now freaking out because I couldn't get in touch with her anymore, and she wasn't answering her phone call, and this person was saying that she's not around, even though she had used their phone. So it like was setting off my spidey senses, but I didn't file a missing persons report because I couldn't, because she hadn't been missing long enough for them to classify it as a missing person.
Lately, she had fallen into the wrong crowd, and she wasn't herself. I'm assuming that they thought she was merely out living life, and she would turn up soon. But sadly, that wasn't the case. They would now be forced to deal with the harsh reality that Queen Ashby was now deceased.
One mystery leads to another in Clear Creek County. Investigators have identified the woman found dead on the side of the road near Idaho Springs as 20-year-old Queen Ashby from Aurora. And you can see her picture there on the left, compared with the computer-generated sketch. That one's on the right. Now, deputies have not said how she died, but they are treating this as a homicide.
Just as the authorities identified the victim, they were about to have more on their plate, because it turns out that Queen Ashby had a friend. This particular friend went missing in the later days of March. The last person that she was seen with was Queen Ashby, and with her now being discovered in an untimely situation, the family of her friend was now worried.
Only on...
Sorry to do this to you guys. Okay, so yes, that is the friend that is now deceased. That is the friend that did pick Queen up from my house. It sucks because as a parent, you know, you can't really like choose your kid's friends. Like when she lived at home, I could choose who, you know, she could hang out with and stuff. But she was an adult at this point in time, you know, so I couldn't choose who she could hang out with. Well, this girl, she had a car. She had a car since she was 13 years old. She had always given her parents the blues. Like when this girl went missing, and it's funny because you're going to see it on here. She would always like get up and go missing and just be gone. She was just fast in the ass. And her parents owned a gas station. So because they owned a gas station and they were always working, you know, long hours and stuff, they would just give her money. You know, they just wanted her out of their hair. So Cecina, she would run the streets and do whatever she wanted to. Bad parenting advice and bad girlfriend advice that I used to give, you know, back in the day, we used to say, if we come together, we leaving together. And I used to, tell Queen that, you have to kind of protect your friends. When you guys go somewhere together, you guys need to have a responsibility to protect each other and make sure that you leave. So Cecina, she was never ready to leave. Like, this girl would go missing for weeks upon end. And I just always had a relationship with my daughter. And I told her, a good friend is going to keep their friends from being in trouble. And it's not healthy for your 14 and 15-year-old friend to go missing from her parents, for a week or two at a time. You just never, ever know what's going to happen. So I would always make Queen tell me where Cecina was. And I put many missing posters together to find Cecina and would put them on Facebook, would send them to the news and everything. Like, I always tried to have this little girl's back. She was even in the room when my granddaughter was born. It was me, my daughter, and this girl. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Denver 7 Queen's death may be connected to another missing Aurora woman. Cecina Akelom hasn't been seen for more than a month now. Denver 7's Jacqueline Allen found out her family now fears that she may also be in danger.
Cecina's family says they last saw her with her best friend, Queen Ashby, in March. And while police have now confirmed Queen's death, Cecina's family is left with nothing but questions.
I need my daughter. I don't know where she is.
A mother's cry for help. The last time T.G. Gabriesu saw her 19-year-old daughter Cecina was March 22nd. Now she's certain something is terribly wrong.
I just cry every night, every morning, every day.
Last week, family members saw this composite image on the news, a woman whose body had been found in Clear Creek County along a remote highway.
Without even a name. We just put it together.
They immediately knew it was Cecina's best friend, Queen Ashby, the last person they say Cecina was seen with. Queen and Cecina were inseparable, best friends at Overland High School. Queen had just had a baby. Cecina had plans to go to college. That night, Cecina borrowed her mom's car to go out.
And I pray to God that nobody did anything to her. Just please help us.
Help, they say, has been slow coming, in part because Cecina disappeared for a week 3 years ago and came back. But now it's more than a month. The car is still missing. They're just holding out hope Cecina is still alive.
I can't tell you what I feel in my stomach. Please, I need my daughter back.
Look.
Now it sucks because it's like, okay, well, where was Cecina for 30 days? Cecina was hiding for 30 days. She was hiding with her boyfriend after they helped to get rid of Queen's body. She was laying up with her little boyfriend, hiding for 30 days. After 30 days, she decided to make a phone call to her mother after she saw her mother on the news. So she made a phone call to her mother, and the police department were able to track that phone call, and that is how they located her.
Luckily, for the family of Cecina, they wouldn't have to face the same harsh reality. She would be located and found safe. For the detectives, it was a sigh of relief. Now it was time to focus on what mattered most. What happened to Queen Ashby? Now armed with the identity of the victim, the authorities can start taking further steps. They would start the investigation with interviewing friends and family. Luckily for them, it would end with that, because during these interviews, all would be revealed. A couple of friends would tell a tale that on April 1st of 2017, they were all at an apartment located in the 1400 block of Joliet Street, located in Aurora. They would explain that Queen Ashby was in fact there, accompanied by a group of friends. They would explain that on this night, they had gotten together to party. Not the type of party where you play music and dance, but the other type. You know, the type of party where you all get together and go up. Witnesses would explain that at some point in that night, a guy had pulled a firearm. At the moment he pulled it, the object of attention was Queen. Several witnesses would account that he pulled it, he placed it on her temple region, and then he let it go. They would also explain that at that moment, the party was over. Everyone cleared out. Now armed with eyewitness testimony, the story seemed to have been told. Kind of, because there was one big problem missing. At the time of the incident, there are no reported 911 calls. No one even attempted to contact EMS. This would lead the authorities to believe that the full story hadn't been told, and they were definitely hiding something. But although that was the case, they now had enough for a warrant. The person in question was then 21-year-old Sheree Butler. It wouldn't take long for the authorities to catch up with him. Days later, he would be arrested in the 4100 block of South Mobile Way. Upon his arrest, he would be transported to the interrogation room. But upon entering that room, he would immediately lawyer up. He didn't want to talk. Now, you would think with the authorities having eyewitness testimony that he's the culprit, it was case closed. They had nothing to worry about. But that just wasn't the case. Because while certain eyewitnesses were pointing the finger directly at Sheree, there was another set of witnesses that were saying the exact opposite. In fact, they were saying she did it to herself. With those eyewitnesses telling a completely different story, a case that seemed to be an easy open and shut just got a little bit harder.
Okay, so like I said, they spent about a week, maybe 2 weeks cleaning this apartment and coming up with whatever story that they were going to say as to what happened or why it happened. And that was the story that they came up with. That to date, when he wrote me a letter from prison, that to date is what he put in the letter that he wrote me from prison, is that they were playing Russian roulette and that she got the short end of the stick during the game, and that she killed herself.
Thanks for joining us this Monday at noon. I'm Britt Marino. Police arrested Sheree Butler just last week. Our Jamie Leary was there for his arraignment at the Arapahoe County Courthouse. Jamie, I understand you spoke with his parents.
Both of his parents were in court this morning. He's just 21 years old, so they're obviously distraught over this. But I talked to them outside of the courtroom. They didn't want to talk on camera. They said they extend their deepest condolences to Queen Ashby's family. And his father said what he wants people to know that hasn't been reported is that his son turned himself in. Now, police believe that Butler killed 20-year-old Queen Ashby, but they haven't released any details as to how she was killed or why. Aurora police named Butler as the suspect last Thursday. That's when they took him into custody. Now, Butler is facing a murder charge. I checked with the courts this afternoon. They say all documents related to this case have been suppressed at this point. So it could be some time before we learn what exactly led to her death. There's a funeral scheduled for Queen Ashby on May 27th. Live in Arapahoe County, Jamie Leary, CBS 4 News.
With Sheree Butler now behind bars, the witnesses are telling conflicting stories. On one hand, we have witnesses that are saying he blatantly did this, but on the other hand, they were saying she did it to herself. Those witnesses would explain that on April 1st of 2017, they were all at this apartment. They would say that while they were all partaking in substances, they would get the crazy idea to play Russian roulette. They say that while they were playing this game, Queen's turn came around, and when it was her time up, well, game over. They were saying that it was merely a game gone wrong, something that they never should have partaken in, but they did. And they claimed that this game ultimately claimed the life of 20-year-old Queen Ashby. Sheree Butler would spend exactly 1 year behind bars before he would have his day in court. But by the time he had his day in court, he had also reached a plea agreement with the prosecution team. I know by now that some people are thinking, why give him a deal? You have several witnesses that are saying he did it on purpose. But on the other hand, you have other witnesses saying it was merely a game and merely an accident. You want the truth? The truth is that the prosecution team got scared. They were scared that they couldn't secure a conviction for the charge of murder. When you have witnesses saying he blatantly did it, and then on the other hand, you also have witnesses saying it was a game, that type of information would only confuse a jury, and it would most likely end up in a hung jury. We also have that one elephant in the room, the fact that they all got together to go up, partake in substances. And when you're under the influence, your eyewitness testimony isn't deemed credible. So instead of trying to take it to trial and battle it out, the prosecution team would offer him a plea deal.
Sorry, guys. So this is something that I learned that maybe you guys don't know. So even though I was 100% against offering this guy a plea deal, me, Mom, we're taking this thing to trial. I want to hear what everybody has to say. I want all skeletons to come out of the closet. Well, that wasn't my choice. With cases like this, you can't get your own lawyer. I mean, I could get my own lawyer, but my own lawyer would really have only been for the purposes of advising me as to what was going on, which technically that's what the victim's advocate should have been doing. But when the DA, because the DA handles cases like these, that's the district attorney, this is their job. And this is kind of like the way that she explained it to me, because I was like, hey, what if I do not agree? And I didn't have I guess in my mind I had a bad DA, but the case that you guys would be more familiar with is the Chuck E. Cheese murders that happened here in Colorado. And then also the James Holmes case, the Aurora movie theater shooting, where the young man went in during, one of the new Batman release movies and ended all of those people's lives at the movie theater. The DA that handled my daughter's case is the same DA that handled the James Holmes case. So I learned, though, that just because I did not agree with the plea deal that they were offering him doesn't mean that they're not going to offer it. Just because I wanted to go to trial doesn't mean that we were going to go to trial, because the DA's job is to win. And that's basically how she explained it to me. She's like, my job is to win. So I can't win going off of a murder charge because we don't have any way of proving it as murder. Murder is generally going to be something that is premeditated. And this isn't something that was premeditated. It was more of in the moment, something that happened in the moment. Also, of the charges that the young man received, the largest charge, because he already had a very vast criminal background, technically, he only got assault for what he did. There was no murder charge in it at all. And he got the most amount of time for the charge of tampering with a deceased human body. During that time, that charge carried a maximum sentence of 8 years. Now, during this time, it has a heavier sentence. But yeah, I did not agree to the 20 years. And then I'm going to also tell you this. He had a public defender. So, to add further insult to injury, I felt like the DA that I got stuck with sucked. His personal public defender was awesome. This guy was not stupid. But our tax dollars paid for it, which sucks.
And in this plea deal, he was allowed to plead guilty to second degree. Along with this plea deal, he would receive a sentence of 20 years behind bars. That's it. 20 years. 20 years in exchange for the life of Queen Ashby, which introduces a new question. If this truly was a game gone wrong, then why plead guilty? If you weren't the one who committed the act, then why accept 20 years? But that's not it. After whatever transpired in that apartment on that night, Sheree Butler stayed behind. His girlfriend then went to the store. She bought duct tape, kitchen gloves, and cleaning supplies. His girlfriend says that she was basically acting on his orders. She didn't know what happened, although she does admit to seeing Queen's body in the apartment later that night. Sheree Butler then double wraps her, drives her 30 miles outside of Denver, and dumps her in a rural area. If that's not enough to prove he's actually the one who did it, then I don't know what is.
Sorry again, you guys. So the crazy thing is that people in this young man's family reached out to me on Facebook and were giving me information, telling me, oh, it was my son's car, it was my nephew's car that was used, and I thought that people were just trying to prey on my emotions. But when people were reaching out to me on Facebook and I would give them, the information to the lead investigator on the case, and, they actually would go down and they would talk to the lead investigator and give them information. So I think that's the reason why I know that there truly are good people in this world, because they didn't have to do that. And they did, So I respect some of those people, but because I was getting so many messages, that ultimately was one of the reasons why I shut down my Facebook page. Because once everything was all over and he was already sentenced, I didn't want to hear any more information, because you can only be tried once. So it wasn't like any of the additional information that I was learning was going to make his sentence any different.
The actual name of Sheree Butler's girlfriend was never released. I do know that she was charged with accessory after the fact, and she was due to be in court, but they never updated that sentence. So I'm guessing she most likely got a slap on the wrist. Was this truly a game that went wrong, or is Sheree Butler responsible? I guess we'll never know. I will say this, that everyone who knew and loved Queen Ashby would testify that Queen was terrified of weapons and that she would have never partaken in that game. Witnesses also say that Sheree Butler was known for going up and pulling out his weapon, and in fact, on a few occasions, he was threatening. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below. Do you truly believe that this was merely a game gone wrong? Or did Sheree Butler intend to do what they say he did? There were multiple witnesses that said they saw that weapon in his hand before she hit the floor. And the witnesses who were saying that this was a game, well, they were his close friends. At the end of the day, that plea agreement was no more than a win-win. It was a win for the defendant, but also the prosecution team, because a conviction is a conviction. And sadly, prosecutors don't care how they receive that conviction, as long as they get it. If you ask me, justice wasn't served. But again, that's my opinion.
Hey everybody, it's Queen, aka Truth4Reality. I just wanted to make this video for my birthday today, before my party tonight. I just wanted to let you guys know my birthday address is 12370 East Kepner Place, and the party starts at 9:30. But we're going to the hookah, Sam Hookah. Woo! You already know. Don't come empty-handed. Show your girl some love. I just hope y'all show up. I love y'all. Peace. Peace.
Rest in peace, Queen Ashby. Thank you for being a light for others.
That's it, guys. That's it. He did a really good job. He did a really good job. Like, just even like the pictures and the baby pictures and finding like that birthday video that she recorded. He did a really good job. He did. So that is my little secret that kind of nobody really knew about me. Yeah, that's it. And I apologize that I kept like stopping it and interrupting it. I do hope that you guys will, go and watch it uninterrupted if you get a chance, because I know that I was interrupting it. But yeah, that's it. That's my baby girl that just kind of looks down on us from heaven. Yeah. Sorry guys, hold on. Woo! Okay, I'm good. Sorry, guys. I'm good. Okay, thank you, Supreme. I hope that you guys weren't too, perturbed by the interruptions. But if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I am here to answer any of your questions. Oh, thank you, Miss Faith. Thank you. How do you feel about doing a reaction video to the documentary? So I was originally going to sit down and, do it all professionally and do a reaction video to it. And maybe I'll use my Nexus clips or Opus clips and something and just clip this part out and turn it into a video. But it is, I see somebody said, or no, I'm not in therapy, DeBossy. I've never gone to therapy for it. I don't really, me talking about it openly, publicly, this is probably the first time that I've ever really talked about it intimately with someone, and you guys aren't even getting the 100%, full intimate details. I'm sure that I'm missing something, about it. Like I said, every day is a different day when it comes to dealing with it. I never know how I'm going to feel. Some days are great. I think I do have seasons. I've talked about that before. Her birthday is in March. So during the season of it, it'll start, the end of March where I'll start to get antsy. Sometimes it just depends. Here lately, it's been getting a little bit better. I think it's certain milestones that I think probably affect it a little bit more. But I guess I feel good about talking about it. Every time I tried to do a video or film a video about it, I was just a big sobbing crybaby mess. I think, and maybe that was just because I didn't really feel natural, like talking about it on a video versus even though you guys aren't here, but like I feel your support, you know, I can see your guys' chat, so it's kind of like you guys being here. So I think that that's what made it a little bit easier to be able to talk about today on a live versus just like recording it in a video, I guess, if that makes sense. So yeah, DJ, it was kind of like a reaction video a little bit. I'll go through and see if like there's a part of it that seems appropriate to like be cut. And then, you know, if I was to get with Homebody Trish and Little Miss Faith, you know, the vlogger lady extraordinaires, and even that Corey, I know that they would be able to make their little magic hands, you know, turn it into something different than I would. But Bean, if you're still here, so you'll see, like, you're just super light skinned. You kind of are very similar a little bit to my Bean. So maybe that's the reason why I gravitate like to your channel and to you, because you just kind of remind me a little bit of my Bean. Yeah, I did, DJ. Felt very comfortable with you guys. So yeah, today, I don't know why, it just seemed to be like easier to talk about it than it normally is. How did you deal with the process of grief? I don't know if I ever really dealt with the process of grief, Supreme. I deal with it every day. I just have learned to hide it. Like I said, it was something that I went to court by myself with. So nobody ever went with me. Now, the excuse that I was always given, and I think I just allow for people to just say whatever, was that, hey, if I go and I have to sit across from this guy in court, you know, I'm going to end up in jail too. You know, there's no way that I can just sit there and contain my temper and contain my anger and be in court. So I just can't go. And I think that in the beginning, I thought that that was okay. Over time, you know, it just became that I think it was a cop-out. I wanted to equally be able to feel like that. You know, I didn't want to necessarily sit there and have to listen to these details or not listen to details or see this person get off for something that they shouldn't have gotten off for. But yeah, I didn't have a choice. You know, I kind of just had to deal with it. And if I wasn't there, then nobody would have been there for her, you know? So, yeah. But, you guys, it is super late. And my girl Jay is live right now with, I know, Mimi, because it's 6 o'clock her time. So I thank you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me. But I do want to go and jump over. And, you know, this was a heavy subject, so I probably need to blow my nose really good and smoke some. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Be blessed. Have a blessed day. And most importantly, do what you can to bless someone else's day, because you never know how far just your simple hello or have a great day is going to go in order to bless someone else's day and get them out of a rut. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. Have a fantastic night, and we will see you soon.